Hi, I'm Alex Archbold. I've been buying and selling antiques since I was a kid. Over the years, generations of our family have gotten involved in the business, and I'll search just about anywhere I can to find hidden treasures both big and small. I never know what I'll turn up next. It's about exploring new places, seeing new sights, and having fun. And even though sometimes I get over my head, we try and make things a little better along the way. This is Curiosity Inc. So this is the official government building here in Butte, the old courthouse building. He said when you see the big copper building or copper doors, you got to walk in and have a look around. Apparently it's quite impressive. That one, I don't know if they'll have open. I saw somebody walk through here. So let's see what we're gonna find inside. Okay, county attorney. Oh, I see, here's the murals. And then there's your big stained glass dome. Kind of reminds me of like a Capitol building, which I guess this is the county courthouse. Certainly with some money in Butte back around the turn of the century. And even the signs, like for the parking commission, it's still the old painted sign. They're still using it just as it was. It's a neat space. Well, it's something you don't see every day in a building. They still have a nuclear fallout shelter in the old civic building here, probably from the 50s. Either that or else the washrooms really need to be cleaned out. Either way, let's go see some more antique stores. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. It is a sunny day and I'm in Butte, Montana. I believe it's the home of Evel Knievel. Shouldn't be tripping and falling and doing any stunts around here. He's got the market on that. We are here in town today doing a little searching, a little exploration, trying to find some cool collectibles. So follow along as we go and look through some antique shops, see if we can find some cool treasures to take home, and generally just have some fun. I'm sure today is going to be fantastic. It's already starting off to be a beaut. Let's go. Now apparently, somewhere very nearby, there's a couple other antique and collectible stores. One is called Sassy Consignment and Sales. But you see these little stores like the one across the street, I have no idea what it does. They don't really have much of a sign, but they got a bunch of stuff in the window. We'll do a little walkabout here downtown and see if we can't find a few places to stop and explore. So the store that I saw, the nice little window done up, apparently they've just been around a few weeks, but it's they sell a lot of copper, and I guess, you know, me not being from the area, that big framework there is, well, that was a shaft entrance to the copper and silver mines here. So that is why this town was built up so much, because they were hauling out precious metals for years and years and years. I think we're just about a block away from an antique store, so we're gonna pop in there. But always good to get a little local history, and cool that they left all the mine shaft structures, and there's a mining museum here. I guess you can go down into the mines, but underneath our feet, there's all kinds of tunnels and things from them digging copper and silver out for years and years. Here's a little shop. We were just wandering along. It's the Uptown Butte Event Center is what it's called, but it is an antique market. So you guys ready to go in? Okay. Let's go check it out, and it's open too. So this shop just opened, I guess, a few weeks ago. It's called Under the Gallows Antiques, and they have all kinds of stuff that they're just setting up. So I feel like maybe we're gonna get first dibs on some things because they're just kind of getting their stuff set up here. With Spuds McKenzie, I remember that. So the neat thing about coming to a store that's just setting up is you might find some things that they haven't sold yet, some treasures, but so unfortunately not a lot of stuff is priced.
Those two ran a little rift together. So Knievel would make some really basic paint type numbers type pictures.
I hear them talking about Evel Knievel back there.
Would flush them out, make them look real nice.
He's from this area. Well, that's kind of interesting. It looks like a really intense Ouija board. But it must be a printing device, printing block. I'm not sure. You guys at home have an idea what that is? It looks like you'd sort of move it, probably for stamping, maybe for dog tags or something like that. If you know or have an idea, why don't you put it in the comments and we'll see if my guess was right or if you guys know better. Because a lot of times you guys know better than me. We got some old clothes. Kind of a funky old chair. Mid-century modern, kind of artsy. If I was closer to home, I'd probably bring that back because that's kind of an interesting piece that I'm sure someone would want to have. Lots of books. It looks like they've been sitting here maybe setting up their library area. History books and encyclopedias. Young folks treasury. Okay. There's an old cabinet from a gas station. Electro seal vulcanizing, safe tire repairs. So that probably have all your patch kits and things like that. I don't know what the anaconda thing is. That's unusual. Gramophones and such. I'm trying to take a good look up and down every aisle because, I mean, you just don't know what they've got unless you open up a box and have a peek. You got these old beer cans. They're actually still full of beer. They'd be absolutely disgusting by now. Ask me how I know what expired beer tastes like. It's not pretty. Bunch of old car headlights and spot lamps. Irons and stuff. Looks like an old Ford taillight back in there. No, I'm not seeing a lot of Pyrex or dishes. It's an antique violin. So it feels like if you see something you're interested in, you're gonna have to approach them and ask them what the price is on it. Pianos, unfortunately, they just aren't really worth buying or selling or doing anything with. You have much better time probably selling this old paper mache Halloween decoration than you would that piano. This looks like all their stock that they haven't quite put out yet, so I'm not going to wander back there. I feel like I'm in the off limits area. Oh look, speaking of Evel Knievel, they've got the at least the boxes for the Canyon Sky Cycle, and they've got the box for the Evel Knievel. I think that was like his little motorhome. Yeah, the scramble van, but I don't see the toys that go in it. But maybe if I look around hard enough, I can find the toys that go with those boxes and put them back together. Symbols. Ooh. I feel like I've ended up on the wrong side of the curtain. You seen anything, Mom? Mom's having a look around. I was kind of looking at the furniture because that kind of had a Stickley sort of look to it. And I know Stickley furniture was sold in this area at one time. But oh, you have a Stickley table at home? Okay. Well, that's a good piece to hang on to. Yeah, you've got the Stickley stuff.
And I like it. It's very, very clean.
This is kind of interesting. My mom pointed this out. Somebody got really creative with all these old gauges and made a lamp out of it. We see this sometimes at antique shops where they do that. The radiator I was looking at, the big, I don't know what you do with it, but kind of unique. I did notice as we were walking by that there was a stack of comic books here. I think they're almost all Classics Illustrated, but they are, you know, almost the right kind of era. It's War of the Worlds. What a great cover on that one. I mean, I'm going to have a little peek through these comics. I don't know if they're all Classics Illustrated. They might be. But you never know when you're going to find like a Spider-Man or something in there. It'd be awfully nice if you did. Okay, the kids found some comics that were on boards. You find any Batman comics, Abigail? Silver Surfer. Wolverine. I wonder if they have them organized. These are all a little bit newer. I like. Oh, here's a Batman section right there. Those are all Batman comics, but not super old. Mind you, the things I think aren't super old are now getting really old. I don't think 70s or 80s stuff is old, but to my kids, that's probably antique or ancient. My mom was looking at more lamps in the window, and I spotted this, which looks like a old candy store register. It is. And it has a Coca-Cola topper on it. It's probably I would assume replica top on it, but still cool. If that's original, that'd be quite rare. I've never seen a Coca-Cola topper, but that is your candy store style register. $1,600 though, it's about the right price. Back there, I thought it said $169. I was about ready to scoop that up and lug it down the road. But that would have been too good of a deal. A little creepy wheelchair. Should hook some fishing line to it and just pull it through the store when people aren't expecting it. Just have it go wheeling along.
There was coral that I had.
Marvin the Satanic Magician, burning a woman alive.
Labels off of the vendor walls.
Well, that's not something you see every day. Now, against my mom's better judgment, who saw that Marvin the Satanic Magician thing, I think it's actually really cool, and he's from this area. Not that I think burning your wife alive is cool, but I think it's really daring graphics and kind of gimmicky, and he was obviously trying to attract a crowd with that. But as we were chatting, he said that the other store I was at the other day, Rediscoveries, he actually has the big full-size posters, and you know what, I called him up and they're about the same price as what that little one was, so I might make a pit stop back over there and pick that up. Hopefully he still has some left. Okay, I stopped and I got my Satanic Magician poster from the other store, but look, as we're driving by, you can see that there was a building torn down, and part of the old staircase, the wood from the staircase, is still on the wall with the plaster. It's like remnants of a building stuck to the wall of their other one. It's so strange. Oh, here's a sign you don't see every day. It's a drunk person crossing sign right in front of the bar. Well, there's a couple things I learned while in Butte, Montana. One is it was called the richest hill on earth because the town was built on a hill full of copper, silver, all sorts of precious metals, and that's why around 1900 it was one of the largest cities in America with a population of over 100,000 people. At least they estimate it was around that anyway. It's now about 38,000 people, so you can see that there's just not enough folks there to kind of backfill all those large buildings. So many of the big structures that we saw, the big buildings, are vacant from the second or third floor up, and it's just the main floors that are occupied. But it was a unique city to go through. That said, Evel Knievel's from there, and so was Marvin the Magician, the Satanic Magician. So this original silkscreen dating to about 1951. I got one of these right from Butte, Montana, and I thought it was super cool. I did go to look at the larger, there was supposed to be the larger version of that poster, but I like the graphics on that one a bit better. So I don't know, it was a pretty cool trip. In Butte, I found one of the best, one of the coolest motorcycle. It was the Adam motorcycle, Hasegawa, I think it was, a big giant tin motorcycle, really rare piece. Found that and found this Marvin the Satanic Magician. Anyway, it was a really cool trip, lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed the walkabout and me looking through a couple antique shops there. Anyway guys, I'm off to go do a little bit more exploring as I've re-entered Bozeman, which is what's behind me here, and we're going to do a little bit more walking around and checking that out. So guys, have a wonderful day. We'll see you all soon, and as always, bye for now.